Hey, Sunshine Monet with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monet. You are listening to Chakra Music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that drenched in indigo. I make some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel tension. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that cause to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the four winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a Bob Slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
What? I just want to know what happened
When?
in the studio the other time. You remember when the girl came to the studio?
Yeah.
What happened? I need to know.
Come on, why we always gotta go through this stuff? Why? We always gotta go through this. Why?
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Let's not rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time until we learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me, laying in your arms. Head on your chest, listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zone out, the universe has been so kind to find the mind that's combined with intellect. Spiritual beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty, talking to you soothes me like ginger tea, feeds me like lentil soup, stimulates the root sprouts from the crown. Chakra, Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favor, flowing through the bloodline. Is this a crime? The king of sorrow, Sade. I'm amazed by the grace.
Oh, man.
Hey. These are blessings. What you say? What you say? What you say? What you say? Sunshine Monet. It's okay.
Oh,
There
I'm
you go.
here. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Welcome back. We need to play the Welcome Back Connor Jones. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay.
Happy.
This is C to the sun. And my sister, she got the red light. She got all kinds of lights flashing over that jump. She going through all the, like she going through tunnels and shit. All right. Yo, this is C to the sun. It's your girl Foxy Roxy and my sister.
I am Sunshine Monet.
Yes, she is.
I'm having a little technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're having a few technical difficulties, but it's all right because we're gonna get through tonight. We are back in the building. This is our first show back together here on Seeds of the Sun podcast. How you doing, sis?
Yeah. I feel great. I feel better now that I've eaten Ramadan Mabarak to the tribe. Yeah, yeah. I feel good. How you
Yes.
feeling over there?
My sister said she had to get something in her first. You know, she said, I'm not the same when I'm hungry. Like that Snickers
I
commercial.
am not the same. I need something. I'll be a whole monster. I need to be Barney. Come back to my Barney self.
For real.
But yeah,
Gotta
I'm
have
happy to
something.
be here. How are you feeling? How's everything going? What's that?
Girl. Since the last time we was here, I think it was winter time. It was a while. It was a little bit ago. It's been a minute since we've been on here, and man, I've been in hermit
Yeah, I ain't see you since last year.
mode. I know, and I feel like I ain't really seen you. Like we really been like hibernation. Like people been doing like a little bit here and there, but it's like been a real go away and go through some things type of winter, preparation for something greater type of winter. But
Yeah,
I know you've been doing a
definitely
lot
one
too.
in solitude.
What'd you say?
Oh yeah, I'm always moving. I always gotta move on. I said I'm always moving. I always gotta move on to the next thing. Keep me from going crazy. I can't sit
Shoot.
still for too long.
Absolutely. My sister been making moves over the break. I see you've been working on music and stuff. You've been doing your thing, even though you've been on kind of like a break. All of a sudden, my sister came out, got to drop the album that was. If y'all ain't heard the new Virgo Sunshine Joan, oh my God, I don't know where you at and what you've been doing with your life, sis. I am thoroughly impressed. Okay, I am impressed on a level of a fan. First of all, and then I'm impressed on the level of a big assist. Like, oh, I'm so proud of you because that John rocks so hard. But on the level of
Appreciate
I
it.
met you and I heard your music and I liked you first as a fan. That's a dope album. Like, I love it. I love the way you went with it. I love the vibe. I love that it was I don't know, it's you, but it's you on a different level. It's like another side of you we get to see. I think it's really dope. And I don't know if y'all heard it. If you have not heard Virgo Sunshine, her new album is, just tell them about it where they can hear it, because I mean, I feel selfish keeping it to myself. I've been in this John rock and that John like, why is this John not beating everywhere? Because this is my song.
At this point, it should be on all streaming platforms. I've been listening to it mostly on YouTube, but you type in Virgo Sunshine or Sunshine Monet L, it's gonna pop right up. Yeah, I think at this point it's on all streaming platforms. I had to take all my music down. You know, I had to make some business moves. I had to break up with some business partners, and so I had to take all my music down, and then I put everything back up in a whole new space. So whatever music pages you were following before, they're probably inactive at this point, and so you have to research me again.
Absolutely. I saw absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw let's mute your mic real quick.
Yeah, because y'all know I got a touch screen. You know, and they trying to do a bunch of stuff when I'm on StreamYard. That's all I can do is sit here. Like all the other buttons is gonna kick me out of the joint. So if you could just mute me, that's cool. Y'all know I'm a Virgo, so the Mercury retrograde, it don't play about me too much.
For real.
It don't play about me. That joint come on Monday. That joint been over here since last week. Shit, that shit was here 2 weeks ago because Virgo Sunshine was supposed to come out on the 19th. because my birthday is September 19th, and March 19th is my op. So I was like, I'm putting it out March 19th. Then the fucking all my songs was sped up. I was singing like fucking Minnie Mouse and shit. I was mad as hell. And everybody like, oh my god, it sounds so good though. It's about the content. No, listen, get out my face. I'm a perfectionist. This is not my voice. I don't sound like this. It does not sound great. We're gonna fix this hoe. And then the producer was like, bro, I don't know what happened. My whole hardware shit just shut down. This never happened to me before. I was like, it's me. It's in the retrograde.
It's happening right now, sis.
Then people that I was communicating well with, they
right
communicating well with me.
You are pausing.
I know. I hate it here.
Like, it's me. And the Joe was like,
I can hear you.
And the Joe was like,
Say my name in three. Say my name in three. Solar flares fulfill your needs. Juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes. One liberation. Call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs. Juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes. One liberation. Call on me. I'm in Rasha. Like the dreams. Coronas aligned in dust our seeds. I am grounded in my own authority. Order me la vida with your moja for my Dorothy. Following the gold road. Attentions make my soul glow. Eshwa rule makes my heart chakra throat flow. I got my flippy floppy sailing with the boat hoes. Prestige worldwide and all of these hoes know I am my strong man and I am my magician. I move so beneficent. Universal loves the mission. In abundance I am efficient with my intentions. Affirmations manifest my visions with extensions. Essential to these isms as delicious to the living. Virgo sunshine bring life, maintain your existence. What's next for a queen of pentacles? Who's here the inner cynical? Voice with affirmation so lyrical. Designed to uplift the spiritual. She keeps basking in her miracles. Sun card to her mercurial sidereal. Death card for breaking fast. So serial. Alignments be materializing ever so ethereal. Wands brings the actions to my passion. My feng shui is high fashion. Main attraction. Helios abundance where you lacking. Circulation flowing where you seem so stagnant. Strength card to your reaches. Transformations when the doubt seems to creep in. May my light keep increasing. Let it shine for who needs this. Say my name in threes. One liberation. Call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs. Juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes. One liberation. Call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs. Juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes. One liberation. Call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs. Juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes. One liberation. Call on me. I'm in Rasha. Like the dreams. Coronas aligned in dust our seeds. I am present. I am patient. I feel so secure. I feel confident in saying I have my wants and more. I move in gratitude. Discernment what I'd rather do. My inner child took the wheel and it's feeling radical. My Helios is so infectious. From my third eye to solar plexus, made my motives be my lesson. And with my heart, I do accept them. I'm balancing these chakras. With my medulla oblongata, I'm finger flipping, mudras, drinking water, and minding my empire. Say my name in threes, one liberation, call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs, juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes, one liberation, call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs, juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes, one liberation, call on me. Solar flares fulfill your needs, juice invoking BOG. Say my name in threes, one liberation, call on me. I'm in Rasha, like the dreams, coronas aligned in dust our seeds.
Hey. That's what this is. Yo. And I don't even know which one is the dopest song on there because it's another one that's my like it's so much you in there, but it's so much relatable. You got one of them Jones. Oh my goodness. You're talking about your future soulmate, your future and I'm telling you and what you expect and what you need and how you feel and how you need reassurance. Girl, I said this bitch she's reading. I'm sorry. I didn't even call you that, but she is reading my diary. She was snuck in my house and she know everything I wrote because I was like, yo, this is so dope. Like, sis, not only are you showing us a piece of you, but you are like giving us this relatable part of you that's like vulnerable, like you exposing yourself, like this is what I need. Like, you know what? I might flip the fuck out. You might need to just give me a little reassurance, calm me the fuck down. Okay, this is how you do it. You gave them the whole you gave it all to them on this album. So if you have not heard it, y'all need to tap in. I'm telling you, it's so dope. My sister's dope. My sister's dope.
Thank you. I really enjoy making that joint. The Virgo Sunshine joint, I actually made that instrumental myself. So I was very proud of that. That's my first instrumental. And shouts to Sparks because he made the rest of them. And that was cool. You know, I want to do one. I want to do another part. Like I feel so motivated listening to my own music. I want to do another one. I was just saying that. Like I want to put out another one now. I really like this. So thank you. Thank y'all for listening and relating and stuff. It was a vulnerable joint, and I don't like being vulnerable. So like I won't say I regret putting that joint out, but I don't like being vulnerable.
I don't want to echo. I wanted to say that, like, it was vulnerable, but it was so relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you this, like, and I don't really do a lot about Beyonce or talk about Beyonce a lot, but the reason why people like her so much is because she has the formula, right? She can go out and get these things. She knows what the people want and what they are yearning for and the things they're going through. Even if she's not going through it, she can talk about it in a certain way that's relatable. So that's why Lemonade like blew up, right? Lemonade was everything because everybody like, well, you got cheated on, bitch, so did I. And if Beyonce can get cheated on, and that's like, that was the reason, right? So it's this like Sunshine, she's a healer, she's all these things. But I have never really heard that side of Sunshine, and I like it. I love it. I like it because it's still a warrior, but it's like I'll put my sword down for the right one type of warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that, and that's how a lot of us, there are some of us who are walking around with these walls up that like you speak for in this type of song. So I love your music. I always respected your music, but I love it because it's relatable to a healer. You know what I'm saying? It's like healers gangster music. Like we need that. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? It ain't twerk music. It's some other kind of music that we need to let you know. You know what I'm saying? Because we thinking about other shit, so we need music that's on some other shit. So we appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm actually on my way up north now to go perform. I'll be performing in Lynn, Massachusetts tomorrow. Shouts to African Man Born. I had the pleasure of meeting him last year at the Cosmic Nobodies convention. He and his empress, Osa the Moore, came through and performed for us and did a workshop with us, and they vended, and they just such a beautiful couple. And so they invited me out here to perform, for them. So of course I had to, ride up here and return the love. And I'm very excited. We had just left the Peace Cafe out in Harlem. So shouts to the Peace Cafe. They in their gym, and it was fun. So yeah, it's a good time. I love the expansion. Okay. So during the winter time, I was in hermit mode, but I wasn't at the same time because I was around my support circle and I was building, and just like I was going through a lot of things. This was a very cold winter. I thought the cold winter was the one that when I got hit, that was a cold winter too. I don't know. These last couple winters been cold as shit. I've been lifting the craziest of weights these last couple winters, but in that space of time, I started like praying more, and where I work at, there's this space where you can see the sun and the moon like just clear as day. And so I go out there, when I was smoking, I smoked my blunt and I asked, I just kept saying the same thing over and over again. That's how I start my day, like, just just guide my gut, guide my mind, guide my hands and my feet. And I imagine the tethering happening. I imagine myself being tethered. And I'm like, I just want to do what you want me to do. I want to be your puppet, bro. Just like whatever you want me to do today, that's what we're gonna do, and that's all we're gonna do. And it made my days so aligned in so many ways. And then it was like like a week or so before Ramadan, I was like, I did the same thing, and then I was like, this time around, I was like, listen, you know what I love to do, and you know what makes me happy. So I'm asking you, whatever it is you want me to do, can you bring it in ease? Bring it, just give it to me today. Let me see what you want me to do today. Like, because y'all know I wear a lot of hats, but I wanted to find focus, and so after I had that conversation, I had got an opportunity, shouts to Zodiac Talk Bar. For those of you guys who don't know, I'll be teaching an astrology 101 class with her. So she had hit me up that very day. Like, I want you to come teach a class. Shouts to Mahatma Starcy. She hit me up like, we got to work on this onboarding and what's going on with the energy awareness. Shouts to Danielle, because she hit me up like, all right, girl, when's the Virgo version coming back? And then shouts to Foxy Roxy, because she hit me up like, pieces, I want to ask you to be on Preneur Starseed, and let's talk about the Seeds of Sun podcast. And all that shit happened on the same day. So I just been like, moving. You know what I mean? Like, prayer works. You just gotta be listening and really paying attention when you get your response. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but I guess I needed to share that moment. Like, you gotta train yourself to respond, because I had been praying for months before it even got to that point where I was just like, yo, let today be the day you just show me. Because I had been getting yo-yoed through my prayers. Like, I would be praying, then the different things I was worried about, somebody would come in and it felt like they was helping me with my worries, but then it was like a yo-yo. It was just kind of like a teaser, like it wasn't there. So just because you prayed at one time, like, if you still got doubt in your mind that you deserve what you praying for, if you still got that inkling in the back of your mind and your chest and your heart that make you feel like you too small for what you asking for, you're not going to get it. I'm telling you, you're going to get yo-yoed. You're going to have somebody come into your space with the carrot on the stick, and you're going to reach for that carrot and they're going to pull it away, and it's going to make you upset. But that's because that's how you prayed just now. You didn't fully submit to your prayer. So, like, when y'all praying, submit to your prayer wholly, because if you half-ass pray, you're going to get a half-ass response. And I would say, like, when that moment happened, I won't say all my other prayers were half-ass, but I say I was practicing. I wasn't fully in prayer yet. Then that very moment. And I just, like, it's just been ease ever since. Like, all right, the EP out. All right, we back on these podcasts. Like, all right, my network has expanded tremendously. Like, it was like an overnight thing. Like, God was like, I got you. And it was just like, yo, how do I make sure I pray like that every fucking time? Like, I'm trying to pray like that for $1 million. Like, where was my energy at? What was I doing? What was the mathematics? Like, what was that ingredient that I did that one time? But it was just like, I don't even need that ingredient no more, because, like, I already opened up the portal I needed to open up. Now I'm just trying, like, now you got to walk in. Now what you going to do with it? I answer. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know why the fuck I needed to say that just now, but I think I did. Whoever is listening, I just want to let you know, you didn't pray the way you were supposed to. So do it right next time, and stop doubting and having those thoughts in your mind telling you that you somewhat don't deserve what you're praying for, or it's a little unrealistic, or you got to do like 20 more things before you can do what you're praying for. Like, don't do that. Just get that shit, bro. And that's my I guess that's my download for the moment. I might get a couple more. We'll see. I'm fasting right now, y'all.
That's so crazy because that is also, I was thinking about the exact same message earlier that about the doubt, because you know, your subconscious mind is more important and more powerful than your conscious mind. So you can do affirmations all day long, but if you don't believe the affirmations that you are saying to yourself, that is more, your belief in what you say to yourself is way more important to get that doubt, that voice, even though that voice is going to come in. That's natural. That's human nature. That doubt that you can't, you won't, that joint creeps in. The discipline of believing despite of helps to reprogram yourself so that sound gets lower and lower until it's no longer there. And eventually, when you start asking for things, that sound won't come back in and say you can't have it, because you have actually mastered and reprogrammed yourself not to allow your subconscious to be invaded by that voice. We allow it in because that voice is strong, because we listen to it so much. We allow that voice of doubt in every time we try to go, and people listen to that voice more than they listen to themselves that first motivated them to do whatever it was they wanted to do. So that is so crazy. That was your message, because that message was with me earlier today about like your subconscious mind is so programmable, and they know, everybody knows this, but everybody who uses it against you or uses it in their own favor, they know this. They either not telling you. I don't know why, you know, I do know why, because if you don't know, then they can use your energy, you know? So it's more important for you to focus on yourself and learn how to control that subconscious thoughts and those doubts. You ain't never lied about that. Doubt is like it is the killer of dreams. It is nothing outside of yourself that stops you. It is the doubt within yourself that stops you from everything. And I know that because that message also was for me. Like, you reinforced the message Spirit gave to me. So I already, like everybody else, yep, you know why y'all felt it? Because we're on the same frequency right now. Like, healers need to be healed right now. And there's a lot that we are not saying or is not being said because people expect us as healers to just be there. But sometimes we get caught in our own shit too, and we need to be reminded that even though we need to follow our intuition, we need the spirit of discernment to realize that some things are not your intuition and they are just doubt. Because sometimes we'll be like, well, maybe we're not supposed to do this because you keep hearing that. But that loud voice is not, you know, it's that more silent voice that say, yeah, go for it. That's the one you listen to. But then it's the one that come after and be like, nah, you can't do that shit. You can't. That's the one we choose to listen to. So it's a choice of reprogramming the self. So yes, sis, that's a dope message. Thank you for that download, because I was like agreeing so much in the background, but I was like, I don't want to echo because I want to jump on this zone and be like, yes, because it's true. Like, it's always you versus you. It's always self versus self, because I promise you, if you switch your programming, the things you feed yourself, what you put in is what you get out. Everything you see right now, you created. Even if it's strife, you created it. If it's wealth, you created it. It's about what you believe at the moment that made it manifest. Now, when you said, sis, that like you all of a sudden these things start coming, you know why? Because you, even if you just held it for a certain amount of time, you held the same vibration as the things that you wanted. You decided, you know what, I want these things. You prayed for, but while you were praying, you was holding a certain vibration. And it was just long enough for those things. It's like a magnet. And when you come into there, it's like, oh, there she is. Boom, boom, boom. They're waiting for you. They just waiting for you got to reach the same vibration of the things that you want. And so when you went and you prayed and you believed it, see, that belief is so important. That's why they used it for so long in the age of Pisces, because it's magical. Belief is magical. You know what? There is facts, but facts is one thing, but beliefs can cause things to change. You don't understand. A belief can actually, like, A strong enough belief can manifest a whole deity, a whole entity, a whole culture can change because of one belief. Beliefs are very powerful. So what you choose to believe in and what you choose to do with your energy and power, the power of belief, you need to reinvest that into yourself and you will see dynamic changes. But that doubt, you got to count, man, you got to get an eraser for that mother. That joint will come in. It does it every time. It's a program that runs in the back of your mind. It's programming. So yeah, man, that message was so on point. Yes, welcome back to Seeds of the Sun. Let me tell you about the comments real quick because I know you said you couldn't really see them. I'm gonna go up real quick and go back. Okay, so sis, it's a lot of comments. All right, so there's a lot of facts and bombs dropping. Yeah, there was bars. They felt that. Your vulnerability is strength. Some people, they needed to hear that. See, that message you shared was, and they said, thanks for sharing. Real talk, good stuff. That part, everybody's agreeing. So let me go down here. It says, do you think that words should be faith? The word should be faith. Yes, your faith, but I do believe that it is also your beliefs, because it's whatever you want to, how you want to characterize it, but belief is a very powerful energy. Everything holds an energy in itself. And if you don't know how powerful belief is, just think of the age of Pisces and how many people believe a story, or the belief in Santa Claus, or the belief in anything that really wasn't real. So flip that and then just put your belief in something that is really more powerful, is going to work towards you. So yes, faith, but also I do believe that beliefs are a powerful energy, and we can use it in our favor, but it can also work against us, because a belief is like something that hasn't yet manifested. It can manifest though into a fact. It's like an energy it's there, and it's unseen, but it can be also manifested. Let's see what the comments are. Beliefs are tied to principles and tenets. Do you think that this could be faith? Because sometimes people believe the wrong things. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But everything is right and wrong. Like, so there's wrong and right beliefs. But same thing with faith. You have faith. You have faith in the wrong things. You have faith in the right things. So I think
wrong and right is like, what is it? Subjective or objective? When you say, like, it's not really like wrong and right is subjective. Yeah, that's subjective. Mm-hmm. And the more I become in tune with the universe, the more subjective I see it. Right and wrong, because it's a matter of where you at, like, and what you would do in your point of view. Like, I've been, on the outside, people watching. I've been people watching a lot lately because there's been a lot of people. I've been around more people than I've been around the past like 4 or 5 years. I've been around a lot of people, and it's just like I'm a people watcher because I don't really like to be in the mix. I just like to be around it. And just seeing like how different people react in different situations, and how some people feel righteous in the things that they do, and they don't expect repercussions because they feel righteous in what they do, where someone else would be like, well, that's not righteous, and I'm gonna tell you why. And and both sides be right in their own right. In their own experience, both sides be right. So like, yeah, it's a subjective thing. And then like you said, like, belief is a big thing. My dad actually sent me something earlier today. It was a video. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it, with the older dude with the locks, and he's talking to this Caucasian man, and he's like, what do you believe? What do you know? And it was cool to see that video again. And it was just like interesting when you were saying what you were saying earlier, camel walking with me, because that's essentially what he was saying in the video. Like, your belief is what manifests things into space. Like, the placebo effect is a perfect example of that. Like, people believe that they're being healed, and they're actually being healed because they believe it. That's the premise of Reiki, Qigong, the breathing techniques, yoga. All of that is mindset. How are you controlling your mindset? How are you controlling your paradigm? And if you're not in control, who are you letting control it, and what are you allowing them to do with it? That matters. And there's a lot of people out here who are comfortable with not being in control of their mindset. They allow any and everybody to come in and tell them what to think and what to believe. So when they do pray, a lot of that doubt don't even belong to them. That doubt is their indoctrination. Like, I used to pray to be in the rooms that I'm in now. But when I used to pray for them, I didn't really have belief in it, because I grew up in an education, like the classrooms I grew up in, they used to tell me that my goals, there was, the starving artist rhetoric, or you're not going to be able to do this. You're not. When I was in school, psychology wasn't even a thing for real, for real. There was no, they laughed at psychology the same way they laugh at a painter. And that's what I wanted to do. I did in school, they give you the little personality test things and what are you being? And mine was always counselor, social worker, psychology, art curator, musician. Those are the things that I always used to get. And those are the things that I used to just naturally do through my childhood up until adulthood. But when I used to ask for those things, I still have those kids and those teachers in my head, like, oh, it's not really a good outlook in the job market, and da 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 da. I mean, I wish I could see one of them today so I could laugh in their fucking face. Like, oh, what job did you choose?
And that's because you believe at that time what they were saying. And that's a great example, because I remember when I was younger, I was at a concert. I was going to see Busta Rhymes and Destiny's Child, and they was opening up for Busta Rhymes down in Baltimore. And I was with my girlfriend in line, and she was tall. She's super tall, right? And there was this guy coming around, and I always thought, I want to do model, but I just wanted to do like magazines, not no runway. I knew I wasn't no runway model, right? And so he was going around doing the modeling thing. And he came up to her because she's like super tall. She's like 6'2". So he's like, yo, you want to be a model, blah, blah. She was like, no. But my friend right here, and I was like, oh, all excited and stuff. And he was like, she's too short. And just like kept going, right? Like, and that was such a small thing. He don't know me. I don't know him. He probably never thought about me again. He said some shit and walked away. But my belief in what he said, that I was too short, no matter what other people started to tell me. So as I got older, my mom was like, you should be a model. You have an exotic look. You should be a model. You should be. And I would be like, because all I could hear in my head was, you're too short to be a model. You can't be a model. Like, and I got older with that thought process. I allowed that seed to be planted, which is a belief. It's just a belief. It's not fact. It was just something I chose to believe at that time. I could have reprogrammed myself at any moment and said, I really looked at it like I'm looking at it now. I don't know that much. He don't know me. He was looking, but that's not across the board. One person's no is not a no all across the board. It's their no, but if we put our belief in anything, it can manifest into your reality. So belief is very important. Like, that's why the age of Pisces was very important. We can't just get rid of it because we move it into the age of Aquarius act like it had no meaning. It did. It was a very important time where you could really use the fact that, first of all, we're spiritual, so we need something to believe in. We as Black people are very spiritual, right? So if you take our something that it's encoded in us, right, that we already know, but we can't remember it, and you put it in and you mix it with shit that's not real and doesn't really, but we resonate with some parts of it. It's the belief in that pulls us all the way into the dream and the fairy tale that we being sold. And that's what happened with us getting into all these different religions, was that they were also mixed in with the truth, right? So when you mix a little bit in, we start to believe. So that belief, yes, it had us indoctrinated for a very long time, but it also allowed us to create the reality that we see right now. It's all about our beliefs. And if we shift those beliefs, we can create a whole nother paradigm. So yeah, I think that There's a lot of different ways that we process information, believing, knowing, all different ways, but we are so powerful that whatever way we take it in, we will make it manifest. So that's the most important part, is watch what you are taking in, regardless if it's a belief or fact or whatever, because even if it's a fact, that nowadays, even that is debatable, right? Facts are debatable now. Somebody told me that 1 + 1 don't equal 1 no more. That, like Terrence Howard got a whole thing where he didn't fucked up the number. I don't even know what equals nothing no more. Like I don't know nothing no more. So yes, belief is very powerful. I had a friend tell me that she believes in spirit. We talked about spirituality, but she had gotten in a car accident. And she said that when she was getting going through the motions of being in the car and being in an accident, she called on Jesus, right? She called on Jesus, and Jesus was there with her. She's like, Jesus was with me. Jesus saved me. So how can I explain that? And I said, it is your belief. It is the strength of your belief in Jesus, that your entity, yourself, or whatever it is, your higher self showed up as your belief, because it was so important for you to see what you believed at that time. It didn't matter to your, it's bigger than that, y'all. Belief is very important. You are a genie. So whatever you imagine, right? I am genie. Imagine I am genie, right? You are. So whatever you imagine, whatever you think of, whatever you believe, you can manifest. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with stick with the word believe and faith. Though having faith in something is very important as well. But these are different energies. And they all are like different seeds, but they all are trees, and they grow and they manifest in real life. So that's my TED Talk for tonight.
I agree. And that's why it's so much energy that goes towards manipulating our beliefs. That's when we get into that Piscean Olokun realm of manipulation and the movement of waters in our mind. Our mind is submerged in the deep waters, right? And you'll see a lot of different things going on, and if you pay attention, you'll notice that nobody bothers to give you facts. Nobody bothers to give you. They always say, "Oh, more information coming," but it's never straight facts. It's always somebody on this channel saying this, somebody on this platform saying that. It's always a multitude of beliefs on each one, and that's to give you whatever paradigm. Now you get to choose what paradigm you want, unless you allowing what they feed you to give you whatever paradigm they want you to have. That's up to you, though. That's a choice. And I don't even want to talk about that, but you should definitely be in control of the choices, the things you choose to believe in, and how you choose to believe in them. That is so important, especially in this space of time. Being in such a weird space, we're right between the age of Pisces and Aquarius. We haven't fully entered Aquarius yet, but we know that Pluto is in there doing transformations before we get there, and it's a lot of things that we were brought up into life believing in. We used to believe in so many things, and we're watching Pluto make these transformations right before our eyes, so that when we come into the age of Aquarius, we coming through with facts. It's not and with the facts in your mind, that doesn't take away your power of belief. It just makes it more concrete. You know what I mean? But in it, all right, this is also why I believe you can really do whatever you want to do. We've watched so many people, regardless of what they went through, the little nonsense things they agreed to do, whatever, we watched people do whatever they wanted to do. They did whatever they wanted to do, good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent. They did what they wanted to do. And look what they chose to do with that belief, with that faith, with that confidence in the paradigm that they were creating, you can do that too. But if you don't think that you can do that, if you're like, oh no, I gotta go to work. Oh no, I'm an adult. Oh no, I'm a black man. I'm a black woman. I'm a Caucasian. I'm a this. I'm a that. I can't do it. I can't do that. And you letting other people around you tell you you can't do that and stuff like that, like, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And you are allowing that to be. You're allowing that to be. If there's something that you really want to do, that belief, it sounds like such a small word, but it's a big energy. It's a big energy. It'll change your whole paradigm. Like me, I don't believe in TV. I don't believe in social media. I don't believe in the news. And guess what? My paradigm reflects that. It's so much shit going on these screens, and I don't know about none of it. It has not affected me. And there's people around me that's like, you should know what's going on. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. I don't even remember. My son is about to be 10 years old. I ain't watched the news since he was like, I don't even think he was here yet. And y'all been telling me for 10 years to watch the news because it's going to affect me. It's going to affect me. The most that anything has affected me was at one point in time, plane tickets was cheap as shit. And I was flying everywhere. And I had to get reminded to put a mask on while I was on the plane because I don't watch the news. And I'm like, oh shit, this is what we doing. I forgot, my bad. I don't be watching TV.
Let me tell you something. What you said is so true. And it's so funny because if you think about it like this, sure, if I watch the weather, I could bring my umbrella and it could rain. But sometimes they'll tell you it's going to rain and then it don't rain. Either way it go, the weather's going to be the weather. So I just go outside and let it be what it be. Why the hell I got to watch the news and the weather to know ahead of time? Why we want to know everything? And see, the thing is, we're moving into the age of knowledge, but knowledge will be dangerous for you because not everything is for your consumption. And watching the news now, whose news is it? Why are they reporting the same stories on everywhere when there's a whole bunch of things going on in the world? Like, why are we zooming in on these, focusing on these certain energies that they're trying to feed to us? So I stopped watching TV. Like, I don't even have regular TV. My kids watch certain things, but we don't have no TV. And so I do have to people have to tell me what's going on. They'll be like, you ain't see what? I'm like, oh shit, no, what happened? Because first of all, I don't subscribe, I don't believe, and because of that, it shifts my paradigm. So things that you think will affect you don't really affect you. It's not that important to me that it's going to affect me to the point where you think it's like you need to know everything. No, I don't, because now you put me in a state of worry. And then I'm investing in things and my energy in things that I actually don't give a fuck about. It's not really going to do anything here or there for me, but now I'm invested worry and stress and all this. And then now it's so much going on that wants your energy and wants you to feed into it. That I definitely don't subscribe to the television. And there's a lot of other television. And even when so certain things on social media, when I see them pop up, I'll be like, what is that? I don't even know what's going on. It's on there, but I keep going because if it's not feeding you, okay, we talk about polarities and duality. Well, if it's not feeding you, then it's consuming you. It's one or the other. If you're not the one eating, then you're the one being ate. Like when they say nothing is free, you're absolutely right. Nothing is free. So if you get on Facebook and it don't cost you money, then you're being sold. If you get on Instagram and it don't cost you money, then you're the thing that's being sold. You're the item. You're not. Nothing is free. Okay, so your energy it's what's being consumed. So we have to be very, very careful. We're not just talking about being vegan and eating a certain way, but if you eating vegan, but you are watching all the crazy stuff on TV, your mind is polluted. Your body may not be polluted, but you're polluting your mind, which is a part of the mind, body, and soul. We have to keep sacred. So yes, I do not subscribe to certain things because at this time, and we've been hearing this for years, a lot of our master teachers have come along and warned us and told us about these times we are living in right now. People are speaking of exactly what we're going through right now, and we still not opening our eyes. Dr. Dilbert Blair is my number one first master teacher, first eye opener. I always give thanks to Dr. Dilbert Blair. And if you've never heard of Dr. Dilbert Blair, please look him up. But Dr. Dilbert Blair told us about these times that we are going through right now, and that we need to be conscious right now of everything we consume. So it's not just about what we eat, it's about what we believe, what we give our energy to, what we praise, these false idols. Everything is falling right now. And it's going to crumble. And you see the pyramid crumbling at the top, but don't think you're going to miss a stone, because everybody's getting touched by this. It's time for exposure, right? Knowledge, when knowledge comes around, what they say, the truth will set you free, but first it will what? Piss you off? Or it's going to do more than that. It's going to show everybody's skeletons, dirt, dust, everything underneath that dirty rug is being exposed. And I'm talking about healers, everybody. And everybody going to have to be true to who they are. So when you are responsible for your reputation and what you consume and what you choose to be and what you put out there, because at this time, in this age, what you have believed all this time has created whoever you are at this moment. Now, what we starting to know is going to create who we become in the future. But what we believed, all of us have been told and sold lies in the past, have shaped us into who we are now. Now, who we choose to be is going to be based on knowledge, I believe, in the age of Aquarius. But we got to get there. We ain't there yet.
I agree. And I like that you use the weather as an example because, all right, they tell you it's going to rain. So how many people watched that screen and started telling people it was going to rain? So now you got like millions of people collectively saying, oh, it's going to rain on Friday. And that is what's happening. That's what made it rain. All of y'all got together and said, oh, this is going on. And you made it happen. I don't know if y'all noticed the series of events that occurred since 2019, but a lot of that stuff y'all spoke into existence. It didn't exist until y'all said something first, like, oh, they're gonna do this next, they're gonna do this next, they're gonna this, that, da. And y'all spoke it up so much as a collective that it happened. That certain things started to happen. So, keeping that in mind, like you said, if you somewhere and it's free, it's because you're the one that's being sold. Your energy is being harvested. Your energy is being, your energy is the commodity in that realm. It's not just a physical. You got to know you got a non-physical self too. And I won't say one is more valuable than the other. They're both invaluable by far. You have no idea the kind of price tags they put on your physical and non-physical bodies. And if you did, you would value yourself so much more. You would protect yourself so much more. Your energy, your body, your organs, your blood, your mindset, what you choose to lay your eyes upon matters. Your eyes ain't for everything. Your ears ain't for everything. Your taste buds ain't for everything. And if you knew how valuable they were and how much they create and how much they manifest into your paradigm, you would protect them more. But we've been taught to not value these things. It's simple. We simply learned these things in infantry, and it was never expounded upon as we expand as beings. It's just, oh, you got 5 senses, and here's the 5 senses, and it's so basic, and that's basic. No, it's bigger than that. You're creating paradigms with your eyes and what they absorb and what they're projecting in that realm of absorption. You can hear so many different things in your ears, certain different kind of sounds, whether they're coming from inside of your head or on the outside. You ever read a book You make different noises in your head when you're reading a book. Don't you create a picture in your mind when you're reading? Don't you sometimes submerge yourself into the book? If it's good enough, you become a character in the book, even if you're just on the outside being the narrator watching it. That is, it's that simple. That's some non-physical traveling that you don't even give yourself credit for, that we were pushed to do. What was it? Read across America. Can you read 100 books in a month? So 100 different times in 1 month as a child, you was taught how to do all this projection of yourself, and they never told you that that's what you was doing. They opened you up. They told you what books they wanted you to read because they wanted to make sure you went to the time capsules they wanted you in. They wanted you in the time capsule of Hawthorne and Shakespeare. They didn't want you in the time capsule of Chiobe. They didn't want you in a time capsule with any of our cultured authors. They wanted you where they wanted you. They wanted you to time. So now when you see certain things and you hear certain time periods and certain ages, your mindset automatically goes to, oh, well, I read Shakespeare and this is what it looked like in the Shakespeare. So that must be what you're talking about. Or, oh, you can't even fathom culture in certain time portals because you only read those things. You only read Plato and Socrates and Aristotle because that's what they wanted you to focus on. You only read Sigmund Freud and Pavlov because that's where they wanted you to be when you think of psychology. They didn't want you to think of the Moors and their combination of the sciences and the arts and the Muhammads and the Alis. They didn't want you to think about the Native Americans in South and Central America and their mindset on the beginning of creation. So when you think of beginning of creation, everybody's mind automatically go to Adam and Eve. And what does Adam and Eve look like in your mind? Where do you go? What does it look like? What does God look like? Those are all pictures. They made you read certain books and they had certain people reading you those books. There's a reason why I went to Bordentown. I don't know if anybody listening is from Jersey. I went to Bordentown. And it was crazy. It was a crazy paradigm shift because I first started my high school experience in Pennsauken, New Jersey. So we had a lot of Camden kids and all that. So I was in that area where my guidance counselor didn't even know my name and couldn't even remember my student number. She didn't give a fuck about me. Them teachers didn't care about me. I went to Bordentown where there was only I go from having 1,000 kids in my class alone to go into a school where there's only 1,200 kids in the whole school. And it's predominantly white. And I'm listening to how they communicate and how they're carrying certain things. And it was a big paradigm shift, right? They had their first Black teacher while I was there. And mind you, I graduated in 2008. So we talking about 2000s. I graduated, so from 2004 to 2008, they had their first Black teacher. And that's saying something in New Jersey. And when that woman got caught drinking and driving, that John was on the front page of the news. They could not wait to dismantle her. Meanwhile, we had teachers that was in there touching students. And that shit was swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying? It's a paradigm. It's a way that your mind is being trained. And you gotta know how powerful you are so you can really pay attention to how you being trained. How these being, just like you said, we spiritual. So we're very spiritual because the deeper your melanin, the more connected you are with the blackness of space. Space. I've been listening to this video. That's how he say it's space. And with that, it's intentional that they only tell us about beliefs and faith walks. You know what I mean? And when they tell us the faith of our own indigenous people, they make it seem so whimsical that it seems silly that we used to believe in those things. But then they can sit here with serious face and tell us the story of Adam and Eve And I can look at my womb and say, well, a baby came out of me. I didn't come from my father's rib. I came from my mother's womb. But you'll still accept that story because you got so many people that you have been taught and indoctrinated to look up to, telling you that story over and over again. And then when you come to that one little subchapter in your history book about your indigenous folks and what they believed in, they make you look like barbarians that believed in whimsical things. And they were telling you that the woman was God because she gave birth. They were telling you about the spiritual practices and how to a high regard healers had in their communities. They were the mayor, they were the medicine women, they were the witches, they were the chiefs. And they don't even give you a whole chapter on your people in school. They give you a sub chapter and a whole chapter before they hit you with the colonization. And we had to hurry up and civilize these folks. So fuck what the fuck they did before we got here. And some of y'all is still walking with that paradigm and y'all don't realize it. Every time these same folks read you a story, y'all believe it. And then you'll look at me or Roxy and be like, oh, nah. That's a part of that indoctrination. You was raised to move like that. You was raised to receive us like this versus watching the news. You was indoctrinated to say, oh, meteorologists know what they're talking about. They got to know what they're talking about. They went to school for this and they got the machines. And Never, not once have. Listen, my phone is glitching. My computer be glitching. Everything be fucking glitching. So, yeah, I'm going to question that meteorology machine, too. What are we talking about? All this shit be glitching. And you mean to tell me that nigga that's telling me what the weather going to be 3 weeks from now is correct? I don't even know if my phone gonna work tomorrow. You feel me? Like, I was in the shower and my lights started flickering. But I'm supposed to believe what a machine said is supposed to happen 3 weeks from now. No, I'm not. And that's the critical thinking skills that you're not supposed to have. And by me saying something as simple as that sound crazy because you was indoctrinated to believe that. Your paradigm and is at some point in time you got to say, like, who's in control of my belief system? Who's in control here? Who is in control of my faith? Who is really guiding my reality? A lot of y'all are miserable. A lot of y'all are fucking miserable. You spend every day doing shit you don't want to do with people you would never speak to a day in your life if you wasn't being forced to do these things. Are you really being forced to do those things? Like, let's be fucking for real. You're choosing to stay indoctrinated. It is a choice. Like I said, you can watch all these people live these lives and they're literally doing what they want to do. And instead of you looking at that and being inspired, you get upset. How dare this woman be half dressed with her pregnant body sticking out, making millions of dollars performing music and making friends in front of us? We don't like it. How dare this woman make funny songs about her vagina and people like it? You guys are oppressing people who are freeing themselves because you're oppressed and miserable. Do you not see that? That's why I say I don't believe in right or wrong, good or bad or nothing like that. The same music that's out now that first of all, I'm in my 30s. I know that's not an old age, but I will say when I was in my 20s, when I was these young girl ages, I was listening to Lil Wayne. I was listening to fucking club music that was telling me to pop my coochie and shake my ass. I was making up songs with my girlfriends getting ready to go to the club. Mind you, we in college, so we still getting our school on. But I was making up songs like, yeah, we finna go get laid. Like, we used to do that. So to see a young woman on stage in her early 20s making millions doing something that me and my homegirls used to just sit in the bathroom while we were doing our hair for fun, and you're upset because you're so fucking miserable and your restrictions that you've allowed other people to put on. A lot of your indoctrination is Christianity. Let me tell you, a lot of y'all indoctrination is Christianity. And y'all can sit here and say, I don't believe in Jesus, da 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 da. But a lot of that social structure shit y'all got in y'all head about how a woman is supposed to behave, how an indigenous woman be supposed to behave, how a man is supposed, all that is Christian patriarchy bullshit. If your ancestors were here right now, they look at you like, nigga, our titties was out. Asses was shaking. If I was sleeping with him and I was sleeping with him and I didn't know who the dad was, guess what? They both was the dad. That's how our people used to move. I don't think y'all do enough research on y'all folks. Cause y'all walking around with Christian indoctrination and y'all oppressing this new generation that our ancestors manifested. Instead of clapping for them, praising them, and giving them direction without your indoctrination. And it's crazy. Like, I got younger siblings and I watched them walk in their power. Faith or belief? Which one do I believe is more powerful, faith or belief? That's a good question. When Roxy was saying that, it did feel like faith and belief was like two different things. And when I'm talking about what I'm talking about the Christianity and the indoctrination, that feel more like faith. Because I have faith in this thing that's been taught to me, whatever you're doing is considered wrong. There's people that steal, put steal in quotation marks, or are they taking back what was owed to them? Are they taking back what they were supposed to have to begin with? Are they are they even in the Libra scales? Are they saying, fuck that, you're not going to keep coming in my space and taking advantage of me? So I would say that belief is bigger than faith, because faith can steer you wrong. Some of y'all got faith in some goofy shit that should have never applied to begin with. Y'all have been taught to be ashamed of y'all sensuality. Y'all have been taught to be ashamed of y'all connectivities with one another, whether, friendship level. You're not allowed to be excited to see your friends. Oh no, that's not masculine enough. That's not adult enough. We can't be this happy. We can't be this free. A lot of you guys had when we were kids, we didn't have inhibitions until they were taught to us. Like, oh, you laughing too loud. Oh, you too hype. Oh, you doing too much. Oh, you crying too much. Everything was too much. We had to put fucking barricades on our emotions. So now as adults, a lot of y'all, I feel it. A lot of y'all is screaming inside, bro. Y'all is screaming inside. Cause y'all still walking around with those bars that was given to you as children. So to say which one is stronger will be difficult because they both create a reality. For real. That was a good question, because the more I talk, the more I'm like, they both create a reality for you. It depends on you and how much your energy you're willing to give towards your faith versus your belief. Like, I have faith that certain things will happen, and I believe in certain morals and ethical codes. But which one am I giving more energy towards?
I feel like a faith. Sometimes, if you think about faith, like, you have faith. Faith is almost religiously based. Where belief, you can believe anything. You can believe the sky is blue, pink, purple, green, red. You can believe anything. Belief you do on a regular basis. Like, you can do you believe if I'm telling you the truth or not? Do you believe that, you believe, like, you may place your faith in something that's a more conscious, I think it's more of a conscious energy. Like, I'm going to put my faith in this, and then you're but like believing something is such a swift, you can believe something one minute and not believe it the next, where faith is more of a concentrated. Once we have faith in something, it is like almost like our thing. That's our faith. We believe in this. This is my whole system. So belief and faith, I think they go hand in hand, but I also believe that, like, again, I believe you can believe so many things, but faith is more of like a bigger contract to me. Faith is like, I'm going to stand on this, where your beliefs may shift from time to time. Your faith is something that even if Sunshine could come in here and tell me right now that, Raquel, I changed my mind and I'm going to go back to Christianity because I believe in Jesus. And, my faith in spirituality is going to not make me shift. I fucks with my sister and I believe that she's going to do what's best for her. I have belief in that. But my faith is so strong in where I'm standing. Your beliefs can shift, but your faith. So yeah, I believe that both, again, are different energies. It's almost like asking if a $1 bill or 4 quarters is worth, which one is worth more. One is 4 quarters and one, like, belief to me is 4 quarters, right? And you believe. And then faith is like a whole $1 bill. I'm going to stand right here, but it's still something that you're using and it's still not like solid. It's still something that it's something personal to you. Your beliefs and your faith are personal to you, where knowledge or fact is a universal thing, right? So I think that's why they're so hand in hand, but I believe that like faith is a bigger contract than beliefs. Beliefs can come and go, but faith is like real hard and unshakable. You'll be like, man, it's real hard to get somebody to change their faith in something. They believe you can get them to change. That's faith. Yeah.
I agree. Like you wording it like that, it seemed like faith is more outside of self, where belief is like inside. Like I believe this dollar is worth $1, and I have faith that when I go in the store, they're gonna accept this dollar because they're gonna believe in the dollar like I do. It's more faith is more like I believe in that. I have faith in the outside elements. I have faith that it's gonna rain this weekend. And I believe that when it do, I'm going to have a jacket. Like, it's kind of like an outward, inward. But again, that still comes to like, what are you giving more energy to? Are you giving more energy to the outside forces, the outside elements, or more inside? Because I got faith that no matter what I do, somebody's going to try to steer me sideways. I got faith. That happens all the time. Every time I'm doing well in my business, my home and family start doing nutty stuff. Can't stand it. Every time I have faith that that's what's going to happen now. That's just a part of the scales. And I believe in myself to be able to truck through that. You think I'm going to keep calling people and canceling shit because you just made me sad? Fuck you. You know how many years went by where I would cancel stuff because somebody in my home and family made me sad? Nah, we're not doing that no more. There's no more faith in that anymore. Now I believe in me. So it's really about where you put your energy towards, for real. Where you putting your heart at. That's where I feel like I go with the faith and belief. That was a good question. I gotta look in the dictionary, but I don't believe in the dictionary. I got faith that they be lying in that hole about what them words really mean.
That was a great question.
That was.
But y'all, it is 1 hour and 12. Oh, we hit past the 111 and we have gone on. Thank y'all for it's been a lot of chat. Let's go to the chat real quick. I'm just gonna say these comments been popping all night. Thank you, the goddess Thea. Thank you, El Christian Mayat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tapping in tonight. Kawan Gora. There's so many people tapping in. Thank you. Yes, I think this conversation, we can go on and on. I love that belief in faith. She said I don't believe in the dictionary, so there we go. But no, that was a great conversation, and I'm so glad to be back on Season of the Sun with you. Now I get a double, triple dose of my sister because she is a part of Pronoia Starseed podcast. If y'all don't know, I am Foxy Roxy, and I have my own podcast. It's called Pronoia Starseed Podcast. It is on YouTube and Facebook. We talk about spirituality spirituality. Pronoia means that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. So that's why we named it that. We are all star seeds from different systems. My sister will tell you all about the astrology if you come on over to Pronoia. She is a star seed over there. And again, this is Seeds of the Sun. I had a great time with you tonight, sis. I can't wait to be back here with you. We are here every other Friday. So this will be our first Friday popping off, but we'll be here every other Friday. And I'm going to let my sister round out. But thank y'all for tapping in tonight. I love you so much. And you know what? Let me just say this. The universe is always working in your favor. Ooh, I'm going to mute now so my sister can talk, because we got to take turns.
Peace. I appreciate everybody in the chat. My apologies because I can't see, y'all comment, and I got my homegirl Mahatma over here reading them to me. I really, really appreciate y'all tapping in and y'all giving feedback. Definitely. I am Sunshine Monet L. You can find my name on all streaming platforms as far as my music goes. Less Nobody's Business LLC on Instagram. I'm here with Seeds of Sun podcast every other Friday. I'm on Virgo Virgin Talk. So the same week that I'm on Seeds of Sun podcast, I'm on Virgo Virgin Talk on Thursdays. And I'm also on Pronoia Starseed on Wednesday. So this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, straight podcast on all three. So not next week, but the week after, you're gonna see me 3 times again. Shouts to Lazarus in the chat. I appreciate you. Y'all catch me popping in on them Jones at 7 on Sundays. The brother definitely be dropping so much knowledge on his platforms, and I really, really I love the fact that the tribes come together and we are having that unified consciousness. It's important that we come together. We don't have to agree on all aspects. Like we are snowflakes still. So everything that I do, you're not gonna agree with. Everything y'all do, I'm not going to agree with. But at the end of the day, we family, we a tribe, and we move together for the collective goal of unity and, building, because we're here to keep, Mother Gaia for the next generation and the next, ages and things like that. So the fact that we can even come together to do that and spread the knowledge and the algorithms and the zeros and ones through these computers, how they need to be spread, we really building a time capsule here. And it's really important what we choose to put in it. And I don't agree with what everybody chooses to put in it. However, I ain't going to knock you because it's still important. You understand me? A lot of people are doing certain things I would never do myself. But I'm not 21, 22 years old. I didn't have social media like this when I was young. And I thank the heavens I didn't, because y'all probably wouldn't be able to stand me. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure if a lot of y'all look in the mirror and be real with yourselves, y'all was allowed to have y'all 20s in peace. So we give this youth their 20s in peace, and we give them knowledge and alignment without the judgment. Because y'all know from how we've been indoctrinated, there's a certain way you go about providing knowledge and guidance to people, especially the warriors we have manifested that are naturally hard-headed. I got a Taurus sun, Aquarius moon, Leo rising child. I got a Leo sun, Leo moon, Aries rising child. They don't listen to me. I have to talk to them, not at them. I don't bark orders at my children. They don't even allow it. They'll let me know, like, hey, mom, we don't really like how you talking. And I'll be like, you know what? My apologies. Let's communicate so I could tell you the cause and effect, and you could choose not to listen to me. But this will be the effect XYZ. I have highly intelligent children that are very obedient because I raised them like that. I didn't have to do all this oppression and judgment and you lesser than me, you not spiritual enough, you not black enough, you not woman enough, you not godly enough, you not queen enough. I didn't have to do any of that to my children. I don't have to do any of that to my sisters and brothers. I don't have to do that to any of the youth that's coming up for them to hear me. I go in a room, I go on stage, and I do abundance. And I lock eyes with the youth, and they come to me. I go outside on the corner, and I'm painting shit and making jewelry. And guess what? The youth, they come to me. I don't got to do all that stuff, and neither do you. And we shouldn't. We shouldn't. These are the warriors we manifested, so we got to let them be warriors. We have to let them be the warriors. We have to let them do what Pluto is doing in Aquarius. They're literally the personification of Pluto and Aquarius Capricorn. They breaking shit. Let them break it. That's what they supposed to be doing. You gonna get in the way of what you manifested because it's not in alignment with your Christian US of A indoctrination? Are you for real? Don't do that. And so that's like my third download for the day. My bad, I'm fasting, y'all. I'm finna go eat again. But yeah, you could find me everywhere. I always love to collab, especially with my spiritual tribe in alignment. I really want to get more to this youth and providing direction with their energy. I love healing my adults. I love healing the elders. I love doing these things. I feel like that's important because our elders will eventually become ancestors. So I've had a few family members in my life that in their last days, they came to me for healing. And mind you, throughout their life, they wasn't on this type time. But when we put them in the dirt, they had the knowledge and they were practicing it. So I now have personal ancestors that I got to meet and teach personally on the other side that have my knowledge. And so that's important for y'all to do in y'all lineage. And it's also important for us to talk to this youth that we leave in this world behind to and give them direction for their energy, because their energy is big and they don't know what to do with it, and they're angry and they don't know what to do with the anger. And if you're going to judge their anger without direction, guess what? They're going to shoot you first. You want to know why? Because they was indoctrinated to shoot you. They wasn't indoctrinated to aim at nobody else but you. Love them. Love. And I love the fact that Foxy is doing love this year. I love the fact that the stars is in alignment when we entered this new year. We have the 11th and 12th house in Libra on New Year's. We had all these different Taurus Libra placements reminding us love is the theme this year. And I talked about that heavily on the Seeds of Sun podcast that we just had. So check that out if you didn't already do so. Is your heart as light as a feather in all energy exchanges? And if it ain't, fix it. That's my message for today. I love y'all. I'm so glad to be back. All right, I'm out.
Peace, y'all. Yes. Peace. Let's go knowledge.
Beat me up, Scotty.
We out.
We out.